My sister poured wine on my wedding dress, and I never thought I would just stand by. A week ago at the wedding I finally snapped. I turned and saw her holding the tilted glass, eyes gleaming with what she thought was victory. The garden went silent, everyone's breath seemingly frozen. "Get out," I said coldly. "What did you say?" She froze, pointing at me. "Out. Now," I repeated, my voice firmer this time. "Don't make a scene, it's just a wedding." Mom tried to intervene, but I ignored her. "If you want to go with her, fine. Both of you leave," I said calmly, staring straight at her. She blinked, disbelief flashing across her face. "You have no right." Smack! Grandma's hand came down, sharp and clear, freezing the air in the garden. "You didn't just humiliate her. You humiliated the whole family," Grandma said firmly. I turned away, ignoring her. Staff rushed to cover the dress with a cloth, tidying up the scene. The whispers of the guests were like leaves rustling, the lights flickering slightly. "You've always been the background to your sister." "I've never been wrong," she said stubbornly, self-righteous. "At your birthday parties you stole my gifts and Mom laughed, saying I should be generous." I started, voice calm and steady. "In high school you stole my allowance and Mom slapped you. In college you blew through your living expenses and I covered your rent, tuition, credit cards. Because you were the sister. Who else would help you?" Her eyes narrowed, a flicker of impatience showing. I continued, "When I started working steadily, I handled the family bills, paid your tuition, rent, credit cards. You only had to enjoy life, never face consequences. You think life can always be supported by me?" Her voice finally carried anger. "I know everything has an end," I said calmly. "I was ready. All accounts, contracts, receipts, everything is documented. Your student card, rent, credit cards, they're all under my control." I clicked confirm, closing her accounts. The screen blinked, silent. "My card won't work. Did you do something?" Her voice trembled. "You think this will make me apologize? Dream on," I said, emotionless, stating facts. "You're too cruel, don't do this," Mom interjected anxiously, but I just looked at her, silent. "Dorm wond thee open." "What did you do?" She tried to stay composed, but her panic slipped through. "I don't have a place to stay," I said simply, without extra emotion. "Good night." Relatives ignored her. She texted claiming I left her homeless. The wedding video was in the family chat, the truth unmistakable, impossible to cover up. The red wine spread across my dress, Grandma's slap, her calm determination drawing the line. HR contacted my husband about an anonymous report of domestic misconduct, the IP traced to Mom's house. Every piece of evidence, security footage, bank records, screenshots, was ready. The lawyer confirmed everything was enough for legal action. "How can you be so cruel? Please, I was wrong, I'll do anything, just don't do this." She finally spoke, voice low and pleading. I didn't respond. That night I slept soundly. The next day she stood at the door with a canvas bag. No makeup, blank eyes, silent. "I'm willing to listen," I said. "I always thought you'd never leave me because you're the one who always cleans up the messes," she said, voice trembling. "You've been jealous of me your whole life. Everyone said I was capable, reliable. You're just pretty, afraid you're nothing on your own," I replied calmly. "So I wanted to ruin your brightest moment." She lowered her head, voice barely audible. "Your first time crying wasn't an act. I forgive you, but I won't save you again," I said, turning to sit, letting her feel the weight of silence. She nodded slowly, took out an envelope and handed it to me. This was the first debt she owed me, to be repaid little by little. The wind gently lifted the carpet, as if time had paused. I watched her, no longer angry, feeling completely relieved. "You always thought I would come to save you, that I'd clean up everything for you. But today I won't," I said calmly. "I forgive you, but I won't bear the consequences for you. You have to face them yourself, you have to learn. All those easy days you thought were yours, I carried the cost." She lowered her head, nodded quietly, put the envelope away and said nothing more. The door closed gently. The wind moved the handle like a ceremony marking an end. I was no longer her background. I had finally stepped onto my own stage. All the attention she received since childhood was built on what I carried. Today, I learned to let go, to let her face her own consequences and finally taste real freedom. For the first time, fear and shame were in her eyes. She realized she was not omnipotent, not someone who could always rely on others. This is my victory, not by hurting her, but by showing her I was never a prop. I always had a choice, I whispered. I sat back inside, breathing slow and steady. The night pressed against the window, wind carrying away 20 years of burden. True severance isn't shouting, isn't anger. It's realizing you are the master of your own life. I am no longer her background. I have stepped onto my own stage. All responsibility is hers. All choices are hers. I am free. Completely free. The next morning I checked my phone. There were multiple missed calls from relatives and friends, all anxious, all asking if I was okay. I ignored them at first, letting the silence stretch. Finally, a message came from my childhood friend. Are you serious? She really did all that. I sent a single photo of the wedding dress on the floor, the wine dark and spread, and nothing else. Within minutes, my inbox was flooded with texts and calls. Some were shocked, some supportive, some just curious. But one thing was clear. Everyone now saw who she really was, not just the sister who played the victim. Later that afternoon, I received a call from her landlord. Your sister hasn't responded. Rent bounced. Utilities will be cut off in 2 days. I listened quietly, said nothing, then ended the call. She would feel the weight of her actions firsthand now. By evening, a friend texted a clip from the wedding video. The moment Grandma slapped her, the silence that followed, her smug smile, and then the chaos. It had gone viral among our family and friends. Comments poured in, some supporting her, most questioning her actions. She tried to post explanations, but the backlash was swift. When she finally messaged me that night, her tone swung from anger to panic. You're destroying me, she wrote. I'll lose everything. I can't afford school, I can't pay rent. Please just fix this. I didn't respond. Silence was my answer. Letting her plead and fear in the absence of my help was part of the lesson. By the third day, she had started to understand. No more automatic bailouts, no more rescue missions. She had to face the consequences she had ignored for years. And in her quiet despair, I finally felt a sense of closure, not from anger, but from knowing I had reclaimed my own life.